Okay. Mhm. All right. I think we're good.
Ace.
And we are online.
Hooray.
Sorry that took so long. I had to upload a video.
It's okay, I get it.
So what you're telling me is that JD Vance is rooting for Navy in this game because he's a Marine.
Presumably, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's West Point versus Annapolis, and Marines go to Annapolis. Everyone's Navy for the first 2 years, and then your junior year you can decide if you wanted to go Marines. It's the same in any other college military program like an ROTC.
Mm-hmm.
The same.
So Nate Silver posted on X about the drones in New Jersey, and the comments are full of people calling him a conspiracy theorist. This Overton window shift is crazy.
That really is nuts. What's the conspiracy?
That
There are there are drones over there.
well, the conspiracy is
Like
that there are no drones and it's just like airplanes or something, or lights that look funny.
that's insanely stupid.
Which is obviously
But
not the
well,
case anymore. Like fucking Larry Hogan and Andy Kim and Cory Booker have been talking about it.
plus president-elect of the United States. That's always a good one.
Mm-hmm. So I was reading
And
about the Army Navy game, and I guess the president is expected to attend the game every year. So the current president is not at the game, and the president elect is.
that
This
makes
means
sense
something.
because what it means is that Biden has basically never been president. He's occupying the office, but the actual function is fulfilled by committee. He's just there as a figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, he was soft cooed in July, and his party lost the election in devastating fashion. So he's got nothing to do, essentially. He's just on vacation permanently now. Literally, he's just waiting to die. The only thing he did of note with the time that was remaining him was to just go right ahead and pardon his kid, which is hilarious.
He pardoned a bunch of other people as well. I think he's now the most pardon-happy president in American history. Most of
That
the
may
pardons are
be.
pretty meaningless, though.
Yeah.
So, how's your day going? Other than, the shitty thing that happened.
Well, beside that, it was an okay day. If let me tell you, if I didn't lose my wallet, I would have said, well, that was definitely a day, and would have just let that one pass in the history books.
Mhm.
Something up?
But yeah, the new Foxford was really good, I think. I'm
Yeah,
surprised he didn't do anything about Luigi, but maybe next week.
there was. Yeah, I think so too. There was a lot going on in that one. I loved it.
You'll appreciate that, I think.
Well, give me a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. All right then.
Let's go. Oh.
Oh, he was wide ass open.
Oh, cripes. What is it?
Going to a gingerbread house competition tomorrow.
What would you like?
The people jumping out, Jesus Christ. Where's the gingerbread Norm?
Well, he's down on the ground going through blood and bone, right?
What is it?
And the comments he says, is there any way you could add a Star of David on the plane?
This chills.
Jesus.
Oi. All right then. What now? All right then.
Oh man.
Let's go. I'm tired.
Little did they know that Americans love 9/11 jokes.
Oh man, the comments in that post are filled with Norm jokes.
Really?
Because the guy said he's already not making it historically accurate because he had to be a JetBlue plane. Everyone's like, but JetBlue ranked first in customer satisfaction. You know which airline ranked least in customer satisfaction?
Good night.
God. I wonder what would happen if somebody actually started a company named 9/11 Airlines.
Sounds like something Elon would do just as like a troll.
Yeah, he's a character.
You.
Oh, also, I'm having a hell of a lot of difficulty getting Grok to do anything decent, and I discovered why. What's been up with all the problems lately is that they updated Grok. It's now Grok 2.
Huh.
And I don't know about you, but I don't have a fun mode. It just says Grok 2 only. That's the only thing I can select. There's no Grok 2 fun mode.
Let me take a look here. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Presumably it'll be added in the future.
Yeah, it's
You're right.
super, super hard. It's super hard to get Grok to do anything. Because, like, I tried to do my own version of the story that you sent me, but, like, it literally won't even... Not even Shinji pushes a button and it makes Asuka poop. You can't even do that.
Huh, why did it do it for me then?
I have no idea. I would just assume you're lucky.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Certainly. Hey, mate. So...
9/11 Airlines.
Right. Huh. Then...
Big third down for Army. They need it. It's kind of so weird that you would figure that Army and Navy would have the most disciplined teams in football, and then you watch them play such a sloppy brand of football that doesn't resemble the football that anyone else plays.
To be fair, the reason for that is because in order to play for those teams, you have to be accepted into the military academies.
Right.
And the reason I say that is because in order to get accepted into the military academies, you have to get acceptance from a member of Congress. It's extremely difficult to do. And if you think about who has been in charge of the government for a very long period of time, it's generally shitbags. So, like, who are the people that they're going to accept? You know, it's not going to be guys who are good at athletic competition.
It's true enough.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
What would you say is more prestigious, getting into West Point or getting into Annapolis?
Look, it's that boy candidate. The one who betrayed Luis or killed him or something.
Hold on! I thought it was Sanctifex Forden who got killed.
I want to say Annapolis because while West Point is certainly prestigious for those who want to join the Army, the Virginia Military Institute has kind of usurped their position as being actually legitimate in the last decade. I mean, VMI's always been highly relevant.
Once we stand for His Royal Highness,
But
that will surely change. We have to believe that.
given the whole socialism thing of recent years, it's gotten a lot more pronounced.
Thank you all for joining me, even in the midst of this turmoil. I am Rella Cygnus of the Crown Theocracy.
Oh, I know you haven't been on X a lot lately. Have you seen the Sydney Sweeney pictures?
Yes.
So I guess a bunch of guys are freaking out about how unattractive she looks. I don't know. She looks fine to me. Like I still think she's beautiful. I know less beautiful than when she's all done in makeup, but I don't understand this.
Yeah, everybody freaking out. I don't understand why. Like,
Of course, women
she's-
look less beautiful.
you know, yeah, it's like she still looks fine. I don't know what the freak out is.
Like, she's just finishing a movie where she plays Chrissy Martin. Of course she's gonna look a little chunky. She just finished the Chrissy Martin biopic. She's going to look a little bit different. And a little bit less attractive because Chrissy Martin was a boxer. Like, it should not be all that notable.
Yeah, like imagine shitting on Matthew McConaughey's attractiveness after Dallas Buyers Club.
Right.
Like, cut the guy some slack.
I wonder if the $16 million ABC has to give Trump is actually going to set them back, or if they have money pouring out of their ears and it doesn't really matter to them.
The reason I ask that you all gather here today is so that I may formally announce my...
Like, you wouldn't think news networks like that are doing that well right now.
Sanctifex Forden. I know not if I am worthy, but under the teachings of the nobility...
Yeah, it's L's all the way down.
...determined to become a worthy king, a queen of this land.
The saint herself is to be our queen. Now we are safe. Glory to Sanctism.
allowed to just jump in mid-race like that? Everyone seemed pretty annoyed when Luis did it.
The tournament's winner is not guaranteed the throne. Fairness was never really a factor. Whoever has the skill to exploit the standings will win.
Oh,
That roar.
no.
I think I underestimated my sister's popularity.
What's up?
Okay, I ended up getting a pretty good Grok story out of this one. Not expected. Oh, man. The ending involves Kramer not being allowed within 1,000 feet of school.
Even from here, I can feel her aura of magic. I suppose that's to be expected if she's the land's best mage healer.
Oh, God. Man, how did you come up with this one?
Just a second. Let me read you the prompt I used.
From the looks of it, she's perfectly situated.
Can you write a script for an episode of Seinfeld where Kramer gets a penile implant and Elaine loves it and wants to do a medieval joust where she holds a baguette and Kramer uses his manhood? That was all.
That's pretty good.
I certainly did not expect it to have worked out that well. I didn't even expect it to work at all with the way the Grok's been.
Knowing Elon, he's going to get fun mode activated on Grok 2 at some point. He likes it trolling way too much.
Here's hoping. Because it's also a big reason why the image generation has been complete dog shit.
Oh, really? I still thought it was getting better.
Hey, is Origin in the chat? Do you know?
Nobody's here yet.
Oh, okay. Well, if no one's here yet, then I could just tell you. Because in the Discord and the politics channel, he posted, does anyone have questions about all the billionaires in Trump's cabinet not having the best interest of us common folks in mind? And I just viewed that as like an insanely retarded thing to say. Because think about it, like, what's the last non-Trump presidential administration that had the best interest of common folks in mind? Like, at all?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone in the server has been alive when that was true, you know? So I'm sitting here like, look, the worst case scenario is that these guys end up being just as bad as everybody else that we've had to deal with for all of our lives. I don't consider that a big deal. Because I trust Trump. I don't care if Elon's just there to, you know, make Twitter more profitable or whatever fucking retarded thing that these people are saying. Like, I don't care.
Better chance of them than anybody else.
Right.
I mean, that's what Trump represents, right? The opportunity for probably the last time you'll ever have to do something different, off the wall, weird, atypical.
Right.
That's why in 2016 you had like 10 million people who didn't like him still vote for him because they were like, hey, it's now or never. Either you vote for him now or you're getting boring bureaucrats for the rest of your life. I'm sure a lot of people would have preferred Ron Paul be the nominee in 2016 to Donald Trump. But if you wanted Ron Paul, you also had to acknowledge that, hey, this is the closest you're going to get.
Yep.
And I think that Ron Paul's a little too married to his values to be effective, honestly. Like, even his son, who is supposed to be less of an ideologue than Ron, was coming out like a month ago talking about the incoming administration, like, oh, I don't think we should forcefully deport people. That's not who we are as Americans. That's not, I don't want to live in a country that forcibly throws people, like, and it's like, dude, shut up.
Exactly.
Not right now.
Not sure about
Read
that.
the room.
We know your name, but honestly, you don't have much in the way of real accomplishments.
It looks like Navy's about to take an insurmountable lead in this game.
The man has no charisma. If I had to choose, I'd rather follow Saint Well in all her glory.
Have you ever seen a movie called Come and See?
No. I
Okay.
don't think so. What about?
It's a Soviet movie from the 1980s. It's generally considered to be like one of the greatest like war movies of all time.
Oh!
Right.
I think I might have.
Yeah, it's about a Belarusian boy who joins the Soviet partisans in the fight against Nazis, and he ends up
Yeah.
seeing a lot of really, really terrible things that fuck him up.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
I'm wondering if I should watch it. I'm wondering if it might.
I would say no, because people like talking it up. It's not as good as advertised. It's just not entertaining. And what's worse is that there's not even any value you can get in it in terms of it being a spectacle or anything. You know, there's it's just difficult to watch. It's like a war movie for pretentious people, I feel.
Okay. There's probably some truth to that.
And they say Sanctifex Forden killed the prince, too. If that's true, then I don't know if I'd trust his closest vassal with the throne.
Friends, I...
Is that Luis's gauntlet runner?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is your business here?
For the sake of those mired in your endless, fruitless squabbles, I have come to propose we give truth to this competition.
What truth?
The people's eyes have been opened. This entire tournament is a self-indulgent travesty of the Sanctus Church's making. First the king, and now you dogs of God. Why do you teach the people lies? You preach that true understanding is mutual and blind to the balance of power.
This meme is hilarious.
Willful or otherwise, to the sin and weakness that your lessons breed.
So you are probably... Oh, Jesus. You probably heard of this before, but I thought it was a really cool story.
Face the truth.
Face.
Our world is lawless, and your efforts have done nothing to quell the chaos.
Way to go, buddy.
It is time we were judged only by
proud of
our
her.
abilities. Victory means
What
nothing
excuse do the
unless
dodo
it's
birds
won
have?
by skill, and it is no less true for the throne.
They're nowhere near horny enough, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Skill? What skill would you put on display?
Oh, hey, do you have that picture of Asuka talking to Shinji, and it's the cum metal picture where she's
Oh.
doing like That's what the meme was for, but really it's just like a person talking to another person, and the person that they're talking to is very visibly uncomfortable, but they just keep yapping anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can get that.
In exchange, here's something that's actually good to see. It's a video. Russian track and field Olympian.
Hmm. You're talking about that picture, right?
See here. Yeah, that one. That makes me laugh.
Yeah, it's actually based off of this scene.
You would have the race decided by violence. And I suppose you believe yourself capable of personally reversing the king's magic? Impossible.
Oh, King! You have witnessed our trials, have you not? You have seen a divine relic used to defy your shield and claim lives! The lance rests in my hand. With its power, my victory is assured. But surely you would not see the race decided by such injustice. And neither would I. I will not give voice to the lie that this world is subject to any god's reign. Would you, O great king?
What is his aim? If he has the key to certain victory in his hands, why cast it aside?
Never takes what he doesn't win. That's Luis to the core. He means every word he says. When you're clawing up from the bottom and you hear him talk like that, you can't help but dream. And then you never realize. Only a madman claims lies and contradictions won't exist in their world.
Luis Guyaburn. What manner of life has this man lived to make him such a creature?
He says that, but with that lance, he could kill any candidate he pleases, couldn't he? He killed Sanctifex Forden, and now threatens Saint Rella. No! Your late majesty, please, speak!
Do not fear, my people. Even should Luis claim all the power he desires, I will not be so easily conquered. Even should our nation dissolve into anarchy, I will always stand to defend you.
Sister.
I expected little else of Forden's loyal pet. It seems there is more to the saint than vapid, empty benevolence. Come, O king! There can be no more doubt. The masses desire a truly fair battle. One waged without your shackles.
Be this thy course. Thou wouldst rule by strength alone.
He's talking!
Like when he first rose.
I killed Forden, yet has my standing fallen at all? Surely you would know. This petty race limps forward, while the land is further flooded with anxiety and monsters. You have left us an age of strife. You are powerless to stop it. And in your place, cruel king, I will restore the balance and right this land's wrongs.
So be it.
I'm actually in genuine shock that 76% of the Democrats in Congress identify as Christians. truly shocking to me.
Magic shall no longer protect thee.
Who's the 1% Republican that doesn't identify as Christian? That implies there are like, what, 4 or 5 of them?
If ye would be a true king, then I bid thee prevail.
Like, Mehmet Oz is Muslim, but he didn't win.
I just Googled it, and it's 2 Jews and 1 guy who says decline to state.
Huh. What would be the motivation of declining to state? Are you like a Satanist or something and you don't want to admit it?
The magla flow surrounding the
I don't know who it is, so I can't say, but if I had to guess, I would say maybe they were like, hey, that ain't nobody's business.
Then this lance of dragons is no more than an antique spear.
Like, I don't know. It's. I feel like when you're an elected official, it kind of is.
Yeah, I agree with you, but you know, that's just the kind of shit that we deal with every day.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you'll find it in prayer.
No. You would even deny us our prayer? It's true. His Majesty has broken the spell. If it has come to this.
You know it was not I who laid the prince low. Which means that if you oppose me still, it is for the throne, and nothing more. I can finally face the real you. A near-death invalid has no place upon the throne. The mere suggestion is ludicrous. You do well to follow the king's example and abandon the folly of your ideals.
To cast aside all we've fought for would accomplish nothing. We too strive for a vision. Luis, you will never take the throne. The rightful heir stands before you.
So I was watching the Donkey video on the Indiana Jones game that just came out. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
No, I haven't. I haven't watched Dunk in a long time.
Right. Well, basically, you know, it's Indiana Jones game, and the enemies are, I think, Nazis. And you know how games will have, like, captions, right? Whenever a random enemy yells something, there'll be a caption at the bottom that says, like, what they're saying. It's like, "Oi, what are you doing over there?" or whatever.
Right.
Or, "I'm gonna kick your ass," or anything like that. So the game has captions, and they're, when they list out the name of the person who's saying the line, of course, for the random mooks, they don't have a name. So what they put out is fascist. And I'm like, isn't fascist like basically a political ideology? It would be like if there was a game taking place in modern day Washington, D.C., and somebody's title was like Republican or Democrat. It's like really weird to me that you would describe somebody by their ideology.
The name of the party is actually Nazi. Because the name of the political party was the National Socialist German Workers' Party, but in German, it's Nationalsozialistische Deutsche Arbeiterpartei. And that first bit, National, that's where Nazi comes from. So, calling them Nazis is literally directly referencing their political party.
Right.
Now, fascism, well, there are different fascist parties. Fascism is more a belief in a specific type of government. The same way you could call somebody a Republican, not referring to the political party in the United States, but more somebody who is fighting to create a republic. You know, someone who supports the creation of republic. For instance, if you were in the United Kingdom and somebody referred to themselves as a Republican, what they're talking about is the abolition of the monarchy.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems to me very, very awkward to label like a random mook in a video game as fascist.
Yes, it just smacks of like take thatism. You know, where like this everybody knows what that's about.
Yeah.
And it's just dumb.
He is the legitimate son of his late Majesty King Hithlodius V, last heir to the throne of Uchronia. His Highness, the Prince himself, has risen to vanquish evil. For his people, he defies the pain and suffering of the
Well, looks like Navy's got this one in the bag.
His Highness the Prince? What? That's a
Based.
lie. His Highness? He has already passed.
His Highness the Prince. They're mad, the lot of them. That boy's an elder.
Indeed he is. 'Tis the very proof you seek. Anyone who truly knows His Highness himself will see what this means. Indeed. There is no denying it.
Rella!
Sister?
I saw for myself when I personally treated His Highness. They'd warned me against revealing it to the public, but the time for discretion is past. His Highness the Prince has elden blood coursing through his veins. His Majesty told me that the boy's birth mother was an elder woman.
The Prince was an elder?
Enough of this absurdity.
You! The Prince! A bold gambit to reveal yourself before both Rella and I. Indeed, I have no retort. After all, he's been dead so long. Nobody could say otherwise. Fine then. So be it. This marks the true battle between those who would fight for the throne. Wouldn't you say, Your Highness?
Man, you know, Democrats have a point. The election probably was fake. They should definitely protest these results. They should probably do it on a particular day where it'll get a lot of attention. And they should definitely do it in a place that will have a lot of eyes on it on that particular day.
Yes, that would be very amusing, I agree.
If there was a liberal January 6th, do you think they'd even get into the building, or do you think they'd get shut down before they even got close?
If there was a liberal January 6th, not only would they get inside the building, but they would literally get anything that they wanted to achieve done. Everyone would just roll out the welcome mat to let them do whatever they wanted.
But then in 2 weeks, they'd all get thrown in prison.
Based.
With Kash Patel.
Very
controlling
based.
the FBI.
Only 683, huh? Personally, I expected more.
Lex Luthor stole 40 cakes. That's as many as 4 10s.
You know, that's awful. But, you know, there is one redeeming quality about Mr. Luthor.
Oh, yeah?
I bet you could figure it out if I showed you a picture.
The royal capital to meet the one left standing.
Rella, Forden's legacy is rightfully mine. It won't be long before this conflict turns violent. Do you really think you have what it takes to fend off Luis?
You were head of the guards and you failed to protect Santifex Forden. Are you want to talk? Please step down.
And you think yourself my better, do you? If it's a contest of...
Be funny. I'm reading this thread talking about the Duke Lacrosse case.
Right.
So the whole thing went down because Crystal's the stripper. So she and another one of the girls that she worked with got a call to work a house party, which was a party that was held by the players on the Duke Lacrosse team. So Crystal's black, the other dancer was Asian. So all the guys on the lacrosse team were like, we ordered white women.
Sister.
Oh man, that's pretty funny.
Children of God, I know the burdens you bear. I see the fear and anxiety that weighs heavy upon you. But rest at ease, my beloved citizens.
So yeah, after that, the stripper started arguing with the players.
I will protect
Man.
all of you. Pray with me now.
That's pretty funny.
Closure.
18 years it took to clear this crap up.
Well, I'm reading the thread because apparently she's in prison right now, so I'm trying to read more about it to find out what exactly she's in prison for, like what happened.
Even heal our country. As long as we believe in her, we shall know peace.
Saint Rella, closure.
Be careful. I sense Magla. There's something beyond rhetoric in her words. There is definitely magic there.
Sister, what have you done to everyone? I'm lifting their fears and anxieties. I can take yours too. With enough devotion, you can lock your anxieties away and they shall never trouble you again. Sanctifex Forden saw Sanctism as only a tool. A means to exploit the people, abuse his authority, and mask injustice as piety. And yet, even then, did this twisted form of Sanctism save no unfortunate souls? What makes salvation true? Luis claims that there is no God, that true equality is only earned in pitiless competition. Are the believers fools to fear his words?
Saint Rella.
I will save the people of this land in the truest sense. They shall live with no worries, no anxieties. Now and forevermore.
But through magic? You forced the fears out of their very hearts. 'Tis no salvation to strip them of free thought.
Perhaps not, but this country has bled them of it for too long. Besides, what makes you any more fit to speak of rightness? You claim he is the prince.
The real prince is surely at death's door, isn't he? After all, your efforts did nothing to lift the curse. I've told you before. The prince's curse was crafted to perpetually draw upon the caster's magic. I know he suffers because I yet live.
There we go. Be right back, guys. Okay. I am back. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So, as it turns out, yeah, she's definitely feeling like a lot of remorse over everything is probably why she's coming clean. But she's actually in prison. And it's actually for being found criminally liable for someone's death. Long story short, sometime after no, she disappeared from the public eye.
His Highness.
I
It was only by virtue of your presence that he survived that
who,
night.
if he was alive today, would
Was
be
I not
60
clear
this
enough?
year.
Allow me to clarify.
But he was jealous and he was an alcoholic. So he saw her talking to a male friend of hers one day. So he started throwing knives at her. And, she freaked out because this guy's throwing knives at her. So she took one of the knives and she stabbed him. Well, he was initially charged with aggravated assault because he wasn't like lethally stabbed. But the thing is that it was his severe alcohol addiction that caused him to go through withdrawals in a hospital, and those withdrawals led to complications, which led to his death. So she was charged with, being criminally liable for his death, and she was found guilty. She's set to be released from prison in 2 years.
Mm. So she's already somewhat cooked.
Yeah. Good lord.
What would you say is your favorite ordinary sausage video?
I don't know. I gotta think about that one.
This isn't good. There's magic flooding this place.
Keen senses indeed, to be capable of seeing all this.
No. Why? Sister, you can't have.
Mm-hmm.
You were only 12 summers old then.
I was. And Luis was only a boy. All the better for any witnesses to suspect him of the crime.
I think my favorite is the menthol sausage because of how demented you have to be to even think that's a good idea.
True.
TNT.
What about it?
I was turning the channel.
Oh. $6 million points to Gryffindor. That's good.
The Dolphins cut Odell Beckham. Is he going to go ring chase?
Yet I was interrupted in
He's
casting.
trash.
What would have been a fatal curse became something unorthodox.
Like, if he didn't have the opportunity to put up numbers on a team where, like, they've got nothing to play for. It's just the season ended in week 2.
Is kill the caster.
He's just cooked, man. There's no
As
coming back
heiress
from
to
this
the
shit.
Sanctus Church's legacy, I will never hand over the royal scepter. Not to Luis, nor to you.
Alright. I flipped it over to the Bucks-Hawks game, which I guess is a semifinal game for the Emiratis NBA Cup.
Juna, I will await you amidst our dearest memories.
Gross.
Find me where the failures of the Sanctus Church lie buried. A place I'm sure you know well.
Isn't that a...
Halt! I will not let you escape. You've ruined everything.
Hey, this is the one chance the Bucks have to win a title this year. They could win the NBA Cup.
You will never leave this city alive.
I mean, that's not even a joke, because the Lakers literally raised a bet. I cannot believe that shit still. Like, that stuff like that is why people aren't watching basketball anymore.
Yeah, the league's in trouble, man, especially because Curry and LeBron are going to retire soon.
And you know what? That's another thing. Like, baseball's going to be okay because people actually like the team that is the super team in baseball. You know, they may not like the Dodgers as a franchise, but they like the people on the Dodgers. They like Shohei, you know? So they're going to be fine. But, like, the NBA forcing the Celtics to be the super team when Jason Tatum is like dog shit, like, bro, you really fucked up there. Especially since if they're focusing so much on going international, it's all like, why aren't you guys intentionally rigging shit for Denver with like a guy who's actually incredible and is foreign playing for that fucking team? Come on, it should be a slam dunk, and yet we got this shit.
Just take us up already. We've all flown before, right? Except me.
Eurus! Is this not your dream? Then bring it to life! Here and now!
I'll do it. I'll take you with me beyond the sky.
What the?
Not yet. Trust your technology near us. It's time. Let's
Possible. It can fly.
They do not, Rye Guy. That's just their placeholder right now. They'll find somebody better in the next 2.5 years.
Ooh.
No, Rye Guy just said that apparently the Dems still want Kamala to run again, and I'm like, they will not. They will find somebody better in the next 2.5 years. She's
Somebody
just a placeholder.
better the next week. Yes, that's correct. It's like, think about it like this, right, guy? After the 2000 presidential election, Al Gore was still seen as being the future of the Democratic Party because he not only won the popular vote, but the 2000 election was possibly the second closest election in American history.
Now that we're past the worst of it, it's actually smoother than I thought.
But Al Gore hasn't done a goddamn thing politically since.
Right.
No one's invited him on to be a member of a cabinet. The Democrats never turned around and said, we need to try to run Al Gore again. He never ran for a Senate seat or even a congressional seat or governorship or anything like that. When you lose, people know who you are. So because of that, when you do immediate talks afterward, oh, well, yeah, it should be that one guy. But, like, that's not going to last. Once the rubber actually meets the road, and they start thinking about who they're going to put up as candidates to see who, let's try to make a winning team together here. If you've literally lost before, you're basically done. The same reason why people are shocked that Trump won is the reason why Kamala is not going to be the nominee ever again. If you lose, you're considered poison, and people just want to move on from you.
Right. That I agree with. Trump was a different circumstance because he had won previously. And also there was a fair and competitive primary that he won, so he came out on top naturally anyway.
That's correct.
Like, there's a reason why they say that Donald Trump has the greatest comeback story in American political history. Because it's so rare that you lose a general election and then come back and win later. Like, Nixon did it.
Right.
I guess Grover Cleveland did it. I actually know very little about what happened with Grover Cleveland.
Off the top of my head, I don't know shit either. I'll just Google it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, about our next move.
We must pursue Rella as soon as possible. His Highness is running out of time.
Where did she say she was going? Where the failures of the Sanctus Church lie buried?
My guess is the Mage Academy, or what remains of the place. Nobody goes near it now. I was a student there myself once.
You don't say. No wonder you're so knowledgeable about magic.
For a dropout, I suppose.
The Royal Mage Academy, then. 'Twas known as the finest school in the kingdom for magic research.
Lady Juna, I've got to ask. What was St. Rella like back in your school?
And won the popular vote, but he actually got creamed in the Electoral College by Benjamin Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
And a huge reason for that was because people wanted protectionism in the United States, and Cleveland was very, very strongly against tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
So he had actually been very, very strong in the industrious North, but his stance on tariffs made a lot of northern states turn on him.
Mm.
So he ended up, at the time, New York was a swing state, and New York was his home state, and he actually lost it by 14,000 votes.
Maybe I just never knew the real her.
And then 4 years later, things changed.
That was the first I've ever seen her like that myself.
Yes. The reason for that is because Benjamin Harrison was a complete fuck-up, from what I'm reading. Absolutely crashed the economy. So, as a result, especially because the economy was good when he was president previously, and then another guy came along and he started doing a bunch of the exact opposite shit of what Grover Cleveland was doing, and he fucked everything to pieces, and the economy went straight in the toilet. They just ran him again because what he was doing while he was a private citizen is he broke from tradition and decided to criticize the guy. So he was constantly being published in newspapers like, this guy Harrison, I told you he was going to do this. So he was essentially the Trump back in his day, where people ran him again because they're like, holy fuck, Cleveland was right about everything.
You just gotta tell her everything you just told us.
That would be prudent, yes. But Captain, a reef for your thoughts, lad. If she is truly the culprit, then the curse will persist so long as she lives. This means we will have to kill her.
Wow.
Are you up to the task?
During the campaign, wow, this is crazy. During the campaign, President Benjamin Harris's wife, Caroline, was dying of tuberculosis. Because of that, President Harrison did not campaign at all. 2 weeks before the election, his wife died.
Then you can leave me where I stand.
So he was like Biden.
Yeah,
Biden was trying to win without campaigning.
Yeah.
Lady Juna. What's the matter? It's plain to see something's bothering
Wow,
you.
this needs to be updated.
Oh, no. It's nothing specific.
What the hell does that even mean? Oh my god.
Something's felt wrong somehow.
Once it gets to Cleveland winning, it says, this made Grover Cleveland the first U.S. president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. It is expected that Donald Trump will become the second after winning the 2024 election.
Well, they're
What
saying...
the hell do you mean, is it expected?
Because he's
I know, but come on, Wikipedia. I know, but come on, Wikipedia. You can't sit there and say... You just sit there and say Donald Trump will be the second after winning the election, instead of it is expected that he will. What the fuck?
I mean, they're trying to be very pedantic here, but I don't hate the logic.
It's the gayest shit I ever heard.
I respect it, you know.
Anyway, so yeah, Cleveland kicked the absolute shit out of him. Because not only did he win the popular vote again, and he absolutely creamed him in the Electoral College, but Harrison's complete lack of campaigning at all actually made it so that a strong third-party candidate showed up, and he carried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, so Cleveland won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 states. Harrison, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 states.
Let's not.
And then the third party guy got 5 states.
I wonder if we'll ever see a third-party candidate actually win a state. I remember people were saying in 2016 that it could happen because because the two main party candidates were so hated, but I don't think anybody got even remotely close. I think it was like... People thought Evan McMullen might win Utah, and he lost by like 25 points or something.
Yeah, that was a meme. So,
What now?
Cleveland won 277 electoral votes. Harrison won 145 electoral votes. And then the third party guy won 22 electoral votes. What's really crazy is that in terms of the raw numbers, Cleveland only won the popular vote. His lead over Benjamin Harrison in the popular vote was only 400,000. For reference, there were 11 million total votes cast in the election.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
But the third party guy got 1 million votes. So if you just take that total that guy got and you handed it to Benjamin Harrison, he probably wins.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Actually, never mind. Because while he would have won the popular vote in devastating fashion, he's so far behind in the electoral vote, it's insane. Because if you add the 22 that the third party guy got to Benjamin Harrison's 145, that's still 167. He's still 110 electoral votes behind Cleveland.
New skills, new possibilities.
Absolutely mogged.
Yeah, he vaporized the guy.
All right.
That must feel good to be completely retroactively justified.
That is...
Oh no, that's just all kinds of based.
My power swells forth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where was I? Well, well.
Come on, you beautiful hedgehog. You have to show me that magnificent butt.
Your abilities know no bounds. Why, beggars
It ain't
belief.
gonna happen.
Incredible. Utterly incredible. Incredible. All right.
Wow, he's really gushing this time. Though I'd say you definitely earned it.
It cannot have been an easy journey, full of meetings and partings, trials and joys, all from which you've come to find your own way of life.
There must have been many people who have wished, worked, and given themselves for your support. Indeed, you could never have achieved so much alone. I see. If you have come so far, with motes of the people's light in your wake, then perhaps I was wrong, and the world is not lost to hope. A strange revelation, but I confess, I do not resent being proven wrong.
I'd like to believe that.
I'd say it's not a question of believing, but having the power to believe. The power to wish. Or more aptly for you, the power of fantasy is itself meaningful. Now then.
Oh, did you see the Joel Embiid news?
But, alas, I have none to give.
I saw that he got injured again. I
Yes.
don't know what the injury was, but it's pretty substantial. And I also saw a stat. Bro, check this out. Embiid has played in 53% of available games since he's been drafted. When I say available games, I mean games that the fucking Sixers have played. Since he's been drafted, he's only played in 53% of all the games that the Sixers have played. That is insane, man.
Where is the Embiid thing?
Bro, you hate to see it.
Sinus fracture. He got hit in the nose.
Hilarious. By the way, so it's confirmed now, because he had to miss another game because of that. He was only allowed to miss up to one more game for the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he forfeits end of season rewards for any that he's potentially able to get.
Right.
That's it.
I mean, he was never going to get it anyway. Like, let's be real here. He had no chance.
Which is true, but because of All-Star voting, the fans, they're still going to vote for him anyway, so he'll still get an All-Star selection. But in his entire career, if from the day he was drafted, Silver's rule was in place, he would have only qualified for end-of-season rewards once.
Right.
However,
one time.
I did arrive at a conclusion.
It is a guarantee that he will be the second MVP winner to not make the Hall of Fame, because he's just not going to have, as substantial of a resume. And the reason that I say that is because by the time he's actually eligible for the Hall of Fame, we'll have gotten to the point where, people criticize the Basketball Hall of Fame because it's very easy to get into, but the more time goes on, the harder it's going to be. Because you can't just let anybody get in. So they're going to start being more and more stringent,
Mm-hmm.
They'll sit there and be like, okay, we could let somebody like T-Mac in a couple of years ago, but by the time Embiid's eligible for the Hall of Fame vote, T-Mac would not have been able to get in. So I don't think Embiid will either. We'll find out, but as more time goes on, it's going to be harder to get in.
Right. Okay, wait a fucking minute here. Let's see here.
All right. I just saw the time. I've got to go.
Hold on. Before you go, watch
All right.
this. Does this guy look familiar? Or is it just me?
Oh, just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which guy? Because I'm just looking at the thumbnail.
Oh, okay. Not the thumbnail. Go to, let's say, like 57 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know who that is. That's Michael Imperioli, played Christopher.
Yeah. I was looking at him. I'm like, because I just saw that commercial on TV, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Now, of course, that was his biggest role, and that's what he's most well known for, and that's how I instantly recognized him.
Yeah.
But he's in a lot of stuff besides that. He was famously that kid Spider that Joe Pesci shot in Goodfellas.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the whole reason he got the role in The Sopranos in the first place. Like, The Sopranos in the very first season was like Goodfellas, the TV show. And almost everybody who was involved with the series was in Goodfellas, to the point where when David Chase originally came up with the idea for the series, he wanted what's the name of the guy? Ray Liotta, right?
Yeah, Ray Liotta.
He wanted him to play Tony, and he wanted the guy that played Ray Liotta's wife in Goodfellas.
Lorraine
He wanted
Bracco.
her.
Lorraine Bracco.
Yeah, he wanted her to play Carmela, which is Tony's wife's character's name.
Right.
In The Sopranos. So that it would have just been the two of them, and that was The Sopranos. It would have been Goodfellas, the TV show. But they realized that that was incredibly stupid, and that that's not really going to make for a successful television show if they just say it's a Goodfellas, the TV show.
Right.
So instead, what they did was they kept Lorraine Bracco around because she was very talented, and they had her play a very vital role as Tony's therapist, because for a mafia family, one of the most glaring omissions in The Sopranos is that there was no one who really served in the role of consigliere. But Dr. Melfi was unofficially Tony's consigliere because after the first season, it got to the point where he was kind of just running shit by her.
Shit. Hold on. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. I was caught up in some stuff. I'm not going to go too much longer, though. I got things to do. I'll probably stream more tonight, though.
I've no idea what became of them, or how they now live. But I'm glad to have remembered them. Their echoes have given me a new goal, crystal clear. Someday I will leave this place behind and reunite with my companions. I'd like to give you some tangible token of my appreciation as well. If we only ever meet in this mind space, I can't give you so much as a single letter.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, as am I. Thank you. When we met, I styled myself as your guide. But in truth, I think you guided me just as much. It seems he'd like to show his appreciation too. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad we met.
The scholar in search of utopia. More. Keeper and heritor of the Seeker's virtues. By the grace of his newfound powers, work to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Dreams will forever elude our grasp. I truly look forward to the day where you master the power of all archetypes and become a hero king, a great unifier of heroic spirits. We will meet again. Ah, how good of you to come.
What now? I found new power. New skills, new possibilities. I found new power. New skills, new possibilities.
You'll come again.
Check the map. Let's aim for the Royal Academy ruins. These are the Royal Academy ruins, huh? Rella's waiting for us there. Let's hurry.
Really?
Here.
Great. Let's move out.
I say, already seen preposterous on the map, but they really built this old academy as deep in the mountains as they could shove it.
Amazing. It's all so beautiful. But for some reason, I can't stop shaking.
It's what they call too salt and cold. Ugh, I wasn't made.
to chill like this.
The wintry peaks of Montario are harsh. The first snowfall is bound to make it even harder to reach the base from our position.
Why build the blasted thing here of all places?
I don't know much about it myself, but I have heard rumors that there's a dragon among these mountains.
A dragon? You mean like our dragon god?
You saw how the dragon god turned into immaterial magla to be absorbed by the lands, right? Dragons may look like monsters, but they're not true flesh and blood creatures. They're testaments to a lost world. That's why the Academy's here, I heard. To study them. But of course, that's all in the past now.
Why is Rella with the Sanctus Church, anyway? If they tore apart a place she held dear, you'd think she'd carry some kind of grudge against them.
Tis not unlike my own plight, I feel. One might call it a family curse.
My family, the Cygnus family, holds great esteem, to the church especially. We've held high sanctified titles for generations, and as eldest child, Rella can't reject them.
How did all that obligation weigh on her? Was she so determined to uphold it that she'd kill at their command?
She wouldn't. We'd better hear it from her.
I feel it. I can sense an aura of Magla all the way from here. There's a strong disturbance like I've never felt before.
Gotta be here. Here we go. We're finally closing in.
The Royal Mage Academy ruins. The once proud school's dignity is long stripped by frigid wind, its frozen spires piercing the wintry clouds. The gauntlet runner lands at the foot of the mountains, blemishing the pristine snow with fresh tracks. In silent certainty, they know Rella awaits them, the weathered corpse of a scholar's home at her back.
So that's the former Mage Academy.
I've been waiting for you. Little more needs to be said. We are here to save His Highness. And to do that...
Sister! At least tell me, why did you have a hand in the assassination? Did I ever really know you?
How like you to be self-centered even now, Juna. In the end, you're no daughter of House Cygnus. You're an orphan. Another acquisition of House Cygnus, picked up on a whim. A tokenized game piece on their board to illustrate their noble contributions to society. You thought you and I were close. You believed you understood your big sister.
I see. I understand now, Rella. You're right. And I was wrong. I am Giovanni Cygnus, and my life is my own. So is my heart. I've always believed in you, and I'm not going to stop now. You would never kill someone just because Forden asked you to. Never!
What are you saying? Forden lies dead, yet the curse is unbroken. Is that not proof enough? Can you deny it, Your Highness?
You're right. Your reasons mean nothing. Your crimes must be punished.
But... still...
I honestly can't see it either. Anyone aiming to kill a royal is risking their life for a cause. But what would a 12-year-old girl be willing to die for?
If Saint Rella's willing to die for something, no mistake, it'd be you, Lady Juna.
Huh? For me? Why?
Delusions.
Sister. What? You are protecting me. From what?
Oh boy.
Even if that's all true, why did you bother summoning us here? The King's Rock marks you at second place. All the Sanctus faithful have put their trust in you, even after the death of the Sanctifex shook their hearts. Had you only gone into hiding to prepare for the battle against Luis, no one, not even us, would have been able to get to you. Yet...
You want to know why I've summoned you here? A question burns in me, and I will have my answer. Whoever defeats Luis will surely win the throne. But can you save those who remain of the Sanctus flock? The weak, whom Luis would see culled? This world already rejects many for their weakness. With nowhere to turn, they seek comfort in faith. If you would sacrifice them for freedom, you're no better than Luis.
I intend to look after them.
Well, words alone prove nothing. To be king is to wield strength, even to save the foolish and the abandoned. Whoever you really are, until I know you can be a true king, I refuse to die.
Such an aura. This must be...
Yes. Behold a divine relic, once wielded in war and then sealed in the Frostlands. A weapon of draconic command, just like the lance of your islands. Dragons are manifested avatars of mortal fear. Fear of nature, fear of the untamed. That is the source of their power. If you would be king, show me you can conquer it. Sogne, dragon god of the Ice Valley, show me now the power that ended the ancient world. If you would make this a country where it is no sin to be weak or ignorant, you need strength to shape it. Let us prove that strength here.
Rella!
Then let's go. If you're gonna put your life on the line for this, then it's only right we do the same.
Come, Sogne of the Ice Valley. Come, O pillar of the 5 chromatic dragons, harbingers of earthly war. Heed my call, and unleash your fury once again before us!
We've got no choice!
Ninja!
Fight back, everyone!
Some darker arts.
Lend me your strength!
Show them strength!
Now come forth, royal soul! Fire!
You hit their weakness! That's your opening, Captain!
Burn to ash!
You hit their weak point!
Are you strong enough to protect the weak?
Everywhere got them right
Okay. Show them strength!
Rancor!
Soul Hacker!
Let's make an end of it! Samurai! The power of fire!
Go! Nice one, Captain!
Oh, nice.
Underestimate a dragon at your peril!
Oh god, okay. Well, that makes things a right pain.
For all that we strive for! Are you
Now
strong
accept
enough to
your
protect
fate.
the weak?
Vitus power! With healing power!
Helpful as ever.
Thank you.
Much thanks.
I shall fight as the... I call upon royal power within! They should help.
That helps. What's needed?
My thanks.
Man, this is when it's really nice to have high as main your party.
A mystic shield.
My thanks.
You think yourself, oh, power of kings. Ha! Die!
You
Come
claim
forth,
such
royal
power,
soul.
then I will test
We're not
it.
out of this yet.
Helpful as ever.
I'm obliged.
Quite a boon.
Now, what's the play? Samurai! This better hit!
Right on target.
Oh, nice. I wasn't even expecting that.
I will protect you.
You need help. That's no
Oh,
good.
crap.
It comes to this.
What?
Stroll! They heal you with multiple ailments!
Slash!
Soul Hacker! We can do this!
I owe you.
What's needed?
My thanks.
You've got a bunch of ailments to slow you down, Captain!
Pierce!
You
For
claim
all that we
such power,
strive for.
then I will test it.
A mystic shield.
Face. It comes to this.
Stroll's badly wounded! Can anyone heal him? Stroll can't take it anymore!
Ninja!
Someone heal him!
So does he just never make himself vulnerable to anything except for physical? 'Cause that's annoying.
With healing power.
Helpful as ever. I call upon royal power within. This better hit!
Right on target!
You
Oh,
claim
power
such
of
power,
heroes.
then I will test it.
I will protect you.
You need help.
Sogne.
Now accept
Show them
your fate.
strength.
I show no mercy.
It comes to this.
Stroll's badly wounded! Can anyone
It
heal
comes
him?
to this.
Stroll can't take it anymore! Someone heal him!
We're not out of this yet.
My thanks.
Stroll's
Frozen after
His
death.
attack will do much less damage.
This calls for one of these.
For all that we strive for. A mystic shield.
Helpful as ever.
Oh, power of kings.
My strength.
Take this. I'm impressed.
Oh, nice. Somebody dodged. Oh, nice.
With multiple ailments.
With healing power.
A Duff beer for me. A Duff beer for you. I'll have a Duff. You have one too.
You've got a bunch of ailments slowing you down, Captain!
Right.
provisions. Thanks.
My thanks.
Quite a boon. Ninja! Ha! Die!
Only a flesh wound.
Ha! Hulkenberg's badly wounded. Someone heal her. Hulkenberg's in
By
bad
this
shape.
power.
She needs help.
We're not out of this yet.
I owe you.
What's needed?
Much thanks.
Give me your aid!
Right.
No. Samurai! Let me rethink this. Let's do this!
On your guard!
Let's do this!
You
With
claim
blade and
such power, then I will test it.
I will protect you. I help.
It comes to this.
Stroll's frozen.
I'll use what I must.
Attacks will do much less damage.
Then witness our strength. I must stay calm. Allow me to use this.
I'm obliged.
Helpful as ever.
I knew you'd help.
So
won't hold back.
show them strength.
With healing power.
My thanks.
Thank you.
My thanks.
In the name, let's make an end of it.
Look here.
You will taste justice! They die hard! Cold.
It comes to this.
I'm cold.
Captain's frozen.
For all
This
that we
attack's gonna be a
strive
lot
for.
weaker.
No. There!
I owe you.
Are you strong enough to
Power
protect
of
the weak?
kings. This should work.
Thanks. Come forth, royal soul.
My thanks.
What's needed?
Much thanks.
You claim such
Are you prepared?
power, then I will test it.
This better hit!
Right on target. Nice one,
Blade in
Stroll.
hand!
It comes to this.
I see your game.
That's finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Now accept your fate. Slash! Mandible bearing.
The freak soul hack. We can do this.
Helpful as ever.
Thank you.
My thanks.
Let's do this!
Please allow me.
Oh, was that it?
There truly is a gulf between us. You are more the warrior than I, as expected. So be it. What I lack in experience, I shall give with my life. Sister! Sogne, I give unto you all that I am!
She gave the last of her magic to the dragon?
Is
Why
everyone
go
all
that
right?
far?
Really?
Paladin!
Oh, okay. It's weak to my shit again. Okay.
Oh, mystic fire!
Hulkenberg got them
This
right
might be
on
alright
time.
then.
Face me. Hellfire.
You hit their weakness.
Let's go.
Nice moves, Heisman.
Burn!
You hit their weakness. That's
Samurai.
your Captain.
Burn to ash!
You hit their weak point.
Let
Keep it up,
justice
Stroll.
prevail!
Hulkenberg got them right
Let
in
us
their
clean
weak
up
spot.
this mess. I'll use this.
Soul Hacker, fire!
No, I shall vanquish evil. The power of fire.
Paladin! Burn!
Blaze!
What's their weakness?
Soul Hacker!
Nice moves, Heisman!
Hold on. This'll do it.
Are you prepared? Burn to ash!
Hit their weak point.
Come!
Keep it up, Stroll!
Oh, mystic fire!
Mockingbird got them right in
Now
their weak
accept
spot.
your fate. Hellfire!
I won't hold back. Healing power.
My thanks.
What's needed?
Quite a boon.
No holding back. The power of fire.
Paladin! Burn!
Bitter cold.
Everyone okay? You gotta heal up. You all hurt bad. Can anyone get on healing duty?
I was saving this.
I helped.
Helpful as ever.
Thank you.
Captain's frozen.
It's
His attacks
freezing.
are gonna be a lot weaker.
Not now. Take it.
I'm obliged.
Heisman's
Frozen after
Careful.
death.
His attacks
Could do with
won't be
this.
as hard as usual.
My thanks.
Stroll's
I
frozen.
stand ready.
His attacks will
This
do
should
much
help.
less damage.
I owe you. Still just fading.
So heavy.
Stroll's frozen. His attacks will do much less damage.
Allow me to use it.
Helpful as ever.
Captain's frozen. His attacks are gonna be a lot weaker.
We can do this.
I owe you.
Heisman,
I shall fight
that's a
as the
lot of
noble I
ailments.
am.
Be careful out there, okay?
This calls for one of these.
Thanks.
Paladin! Oh, mystic fire!
Mockingbird got them right
Let
in
us
their
clean
weak
up
spot.
this mess. Not now. Hidden art. Some darker arts.
Oh, that's finesse! Beautiful dodge, Heisman!
Vitus power. We're not out of this yet.
My thanks.
Thank you.
Quite a boon.
Stroll,
Are you
they got
prepared?
you with multiple
Burn
ailments.
to ash!
You hit their weak point.
Let
Keep it up,
justice
Stroll.
prevail.
Mockingbird got them right in their weak
Ninja.
spot.
Rancor.
I won't hold back. Burn.
You hit their weakness.
I
That's
call
your
upon
opening,
royal
Captain.
power within. Defeated.
You gotta aim better than that.
God damn it, Stroll.
Bitter cold.
Stroll's frozen. His
With
attacks
blade
do
in
much less
hand.
damage.
Burn!
Mockingbird got them right in their weak spot.
Blaze.
You hit their weakness.
Vitus power.
Moves, Heisman.
We can do this.
I owe you.
Trust me.
My thanks.
Careful. His attacks won't hit as hard as usual.
Run them through! Tougher than I thought.
Hulkenberg's frozen.
Fine. Oh,
She can't
power
fight
of
power.
heroes! Oh, mystic fire!
Captain
Now
frozen.
accept your
His
fate.
attacks are gonna be a lot weaker.
Some darker arts. Formidable indeed.
Come forth, royal soul! Maybe not. Let's try this.
Stroll's badly wounded.
You goddamn it.
Stroll can't take any
I
more.
shall vanquish evil.
Someone heal him.
Pierce! They die hard!
Stroll's frozen.
Fine.
Come. His attacks will do much less damage. Hulkenberg got them right in their weak spot.
I'll use this.
I'm obliged.
My thanks.
That helped. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
I owe you. Now, what's the play? No holding back! What a mess. This should work.
Trust me.
Oh, very nice.
Poetry in motion.
With blade in hand!
Hulkenberg got them right in their weak spot.
Hellfire!
All right.
I am bested. I see now. The true strength of your will.
Not bad, if I say so myself.
Not bad at all.
Nice. I feel...
Ha! I have never known such height.
Ah, I didn't know I had it in me.
Tremble before me.
That's a curious ability.
Well fought. You truly are strong. Strong enough to fend off a dragon from an age of destruction.
Rella, for His Highness, I will do what I must. Forgive me. But have you any last objections?
As for the crowd I've enchanted, you needn't worry. That was no spell of control. They should have come to their senses a while back now.
Then, your life is now forfeit by my hand.
Has she anything more to say?
Sister, please tell me. What happened on that day? I want to know everything.
I was only 12. No child could so easily take a life in cold blood. I was confused, scared. I lost control. And the spell was cast. And so it became a wasting curse. Imperfect, Juno. Do you remember how we talked of your dream? To become a singer whose voice could reach everyone in this land. I've changed my destiny through song, you said. You told me that as a Nydia, singing is the only truth you have. As a true-born heiress of the Cygnus family, in my eyes, you were like a shining beacon. You became my dream.
Stop. We're not talking about that. I couldn't do anything for you.
In you, I saw such freedom. I didn't want to lose you. So that day, I... kill His Highness. I can't. Have you gone mad?
You do know how House Cygnus earned its position all these years, don't you? Everyone in your family did their part to handle similarly delicate affairs. Your father was no different.
But to murder royalty, surely it's beyond all.
The king has sired an illegitimate mongrel of a boy. Now he's brought him to the castle. If we do not act now, one day we will be bending the knee to an Elden king. Moreover, of late, we have another nuisance rearing its head. Luis. An impious little upstart with no respect for the church. But his military merits are getting too great to ignore. Some are even saying he's fit for high command. As the matter stands, we have but one way to deal with both in a single stroke. Dispose of the mongrel prince and place the blame on Luis. Such a maneuver demands someone who can be a match for Luis in magical ability and physical stature. A girl of your intelligence can figure out the rest, I trust. The king's heart falters. He has lost the will to keep the kingdom united. Look upon him and see the face of a man preparing to abdicate. It is amidst dissent and strife when the guiding hand of the church is needed most. And if Sanctism's enemies are not expunged, the nation's order will surely collapse.
Yes, but even so, His Highness the Prince is guilty of nothing. To murder someone innocent, it is an unforgivable atrocity.
If I recall, you have a sister. Unrelated by blood, yet already they speak of her beauty. And a most charming singing voice, yes?
What does Juna have to do with this?
Rella, you are destined to lead your family in due course. Surely it's your responsibility to protect them from the grief of any personal tragedies. Or will you live the rest of your life regretting a single night's lapse of judgment? Hmm?
I'll do it. Cygnus is a sullied house. My parents yielded to authority, and only ever measured a person's worth by their magical prowess. I lived in disappointment. And then you entered our family. You became my hope for living. Someone more important than my own life.
Sister.
At the very least, I wanted to protect you. But in the end, I suppose this was the only way I ever managed it.
I see. Saint Rella, the familiarity I felt from you, I finally understand what is unique about your Magla. You live as I once did. As someone who has spent her whole life preparing to die.
When you all greeted me with Luis's formula in hand, I thought my heart might stop at the shock. I had always known someone might come asking one day, but I never thought it would be you, Juna. It felt like fate's hand, dealing my due punishment. That's why I'd kept an eye on you ever since then. To observe this seeker of the throne. This aspirant who possesses the lost power of the archetype. I hoped you could be the one with the power I've been seeking, but I needed to see with my own eyes.
The power you've been seeking?
Luis is more of a threat than you know. Whatever his intentions are, I know he grasps at more than just the crown. After the assault on His Highness, I was made to investigate Luis as a suspect. I touched his hand and read deeply into the flow of his magla. I'll never forget it. He didn't hesitate at all. I expected to see his aura, but it was more like a vision plunged into my mind, pure and vivid and violent, choking me in its flow. Humans flooding the country. Innocents either fleeing or lost to madness. And amidst the chaos, I saw no throne, no castle. That must be his real vision for the world.
A world overrun by humans? What does this mean? The man has been traveling the country doing little but slaying them, has he not?
I don't know the details. But in the past 10 years, Luis has been clad in that same magla, unchanging. If he becomes king, I know his vision will come true.
So that's how it is. If you let yourself be killed for the prince's sake, you couldn't guarantee the survivors could stop Luis. That's even why you called that dragon to test us, isn't it? You wanted to see if we had the power to protect this land, and all the meek in it.
And you've proven you can. With that strength, I know you can do what I couldn't. I have no more regrets.
Sister!
Then I will put an end to this at last. For all who deserve the truth, I shall reveal everything.
What are you going to do?
I will speak to the congregation gathered in Alterbury. Indeed, it was for this purpose that I gathered them there.
What? Then that magic you mixed in with your speech, the real reason you linked their minds with yours.
All that's left is to strengthen the magic a bit with the power of this relic. And my words will reach Alterbury. Good people, can you hear my voice? Dearest faithful, can you hear me?
What's going on? There's a voice in my head. A voice? I hear nothing.
I apologize for startling all of you. It is I, Rella Cygnus. Through magic, I speak directly to your minds.
Saint Rella? Is every Sanctist in the city hearing this? Amazing. That's some spell.
We witnessed a boy candidate who claimed to be the prince. To ascertain the truth of his words, I faced him in mutual, voluntary battle. I now see with eyes unclouded. Good people, he is, without a doubt, His Highness the Prince. Now, there is something further you all must know. The truth of His Highness's reported death, and the truth of the attempt on his life. Sanctifex Forden was indeed behind the plot to assassinate His Highness. By this barbaric act, he sought to elevate the church and put the throne within his own grasp. These revelations are only mine to give, because I was Forden's assassin. It was I who cast the curse upon His Highness. Yet all was not lost. Through all these long years, His Highness has endured the pain, and now walks among his people once more.
Sanctifex Forden was really the mastermind? What am I supposed to believe? Oh, God.
Sanctist faithful! She knows not what she speaks! Close your mind to her! Damn you, Rella! You would not just expose our secrets, but cast them into our people's very heads?
Forden has already paid for his transgressions. As for me, this shall be my final address to you all. For my sins against our nation and its people, and for willingly abetting such atrocities, I will soon join our Sanctifex in the beyond. Yet know this, dear faithful, you need not let your anxieties rule you. I have faced His Highness the Prince myself, and known his heart. His Highness will accept us. With his strength, he will shelter the lost and weak, and stand against Luis in our names. If all of you would believe, our country could be a place where all would thrive under a just king. I pray with all my heart that it will be so.
Saint Rella, was this your plan from the very beginning?
Damn it! Cry her or not, I can't let her down. I've got a job to do.
What became of my church? My faith? How can I go on without it? I am lost. I thought myself the unshakable defender of the Sanctus Church. But should it now collapse, I cannot see my path forward. Even I, then. I, too, am one of the weak that Rella fought for.
At last, my role is at an end. Juna, I'm sorry. I only ever meant to protect you, but in the end, you'll have it the hardest.
Sister, please, you... Tell me, what do I do? Basilio, tell me. What do I do?
Lady Juna.
And what happens to the faithful? They'll be crushed. You're their saint. You had just put their hearts at ease. What are you?
I never wanted you to see it, but... Juna, look at this.
What?
What's left of my life is a price already claimed by my own curse. Perhaps it was too cruel to ask for a quicker death at your hands. I leave Juna and this country in your hands.
Rella!
Thank you, Juna. Your life and will was always your own. If only I could have lived with your freedom. I admire you. Please don't let this change you, dear sister. I just wish I'd had more time to watch over you.
Huh? The curse is gone. He's cured.
I see. Which means Rella is...
Damn it! What am I doing? It's just like me and Dell. I never wanted her to go through this too.
She did not strive merely to make amends.
Did not.
She was as much a protector as any of us.
You're right. For her family, and for all Sanctism's faithful. even as it cost her her own life. She really, truly wanted to guide those who looked to her. It wasn't about the church for her, it was about the people. She was the kind of sanctist others only pretended to be.
I have a feeling that many of her congregation will continue to call her the saint. I only wish she had lived to see it.
I'm with you there. She was stubborn, fussy, a bit odd, maybe. But she'd drop everything to help someone. And she'd do it with her whole heart in all the filth of that sullied house. She was the one brilliant flower that bloomed. That's who you were. And that's why I loved you, Rella.
She gave us a mission.
Yes. You're right. Can't waste all my time crying when she's counting on us. Rella's given us a lot. Not just the truth about Luis. She's put the entire Sanctus congregation's support behind His Highness the Prince. You.
Indeed. You'll not have the whole nation on your side, but it won't be long before you've taken second place, just behind Luis himself.
Saint Rella saved me. I owe her my life, and I'm not gonna waste it. I'll fight with everything I have, right to the end. Let's do this.
Saint Rella was the one who cursed the prince. And to take her own life in the name of atonement. Yet, even if she'd lived, she confessed to high treason. She'd have been executed either way. Has all I've believed in been lies?
But didn't you hear the rest? That elder boy's the true prince. He survived. The king's true-born son's risen to take down Luis. It's like a proper myth. I've got to stand with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I might have your attention for a moment. We actually received an urgent notice a short while ago. A letter from the candidate Luis. In truth, I wasn't sure if we should read this to the public, but the criers have come to consensus. We must fulfill our duties. If this message is being read, it
means that Rella is dead. And the boy who claims himself the prince has won. Now, only 2 aspirants remain with any real chance at the throne. The boy and myself. To all lessers who remain, lay down your arms and accept defeat with grace. Blind defiance will be met with death. Bare your teeth, and you will die like the dogs you are. The boy, or myself. Only one shall wear the crown.
Sounds like he's throwing down a gauntlet, doesn't it?
We need not wait for the former king's judgment to pass. Let us determine ourselves which of us is fit for rule. My proposal is this. On September the 24th, upon the grounds before the royal capital's grand cathedral, we settle this in a contest of single combat. As in our battle at the Opera House, I welcome any weapons, any number of adversaries. Collective power is its own achievement. Either way, you will die by my hand.
Thus ends the letter from candidate Luis.
I knew it! It's a duel.
If Luis emerges the victor, we are surely doomed.
I stand with the prince!
Nobody can beat Count Luis! It's high past time he tore that so-called prince limb from limb!
If he beats this Luis person, will he become king?
Will he indeed?
Reminds me of what my darling used to say. If you choose to fight, be ready when they fight back. I suppose it had to be this way. You can't fight a man for the throne without cutting a path to it first. Just come back alive. That's all we can hope for.
This defies all reason. What has Rella done?
She always seemed so timid in these chambers.
We're not through yet. We must find a worthy successor.
Yet, what chance do we have of winning now? They say that even the monk Captain Godot is stepping down.
Then what path remains?
We must take steps now to ensure that our positions cannot be eliminated.
If Luis has his way, he'd sooner have our head.
The methods don't matter as long as we have a plan.
Strange to hear that said without a shred of guilt.
I see. Glad to hear His Highness is all right. Hardly feels real after all the muck we've waded through. And you, my girl.
I'm all right. My mind's cleared a bit. Sorry. Still got to lie about it. She put her trust in me. I can't afford to be weak now.
Right. Understood. Well, for now, tempting as it might be...
Indeed. No doubt Luis has his eyes on us, waiting for such indiscretion.
As it happens, we were rather beaten to the punch. Apparently, Luis has thrust us a proper letter of challenge.
Sounds like he wants this settled before an audience. If he's going all in here, maybe he'll finally tip his hand.
Still got a trick up his sleeve, has he?
Luis just doesn't go around hunting humans. Don't know how much truth there is to it, but...
He's forged new magics.
I wasn't convinced when I first heard it. But now I've met you lot and I've...
Indeed. Last time, we had the element of surprise, and he was wounded. If we fight the same way we did last time, he'll kill us all.
We still have a grace period until the day he named. Let us use the time wisely.
All right.
No.
Yes.
Right.
I beg your pardon.
Right.
Let's rest.
All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for this stream. I may stream again later tonight. We're getting close to what feels like the end game. It probably won't be because this is an Atlas game.